Hi everybody, it's me, Patrick, with a quick lesson on how to do some online research for your speeches. The first thing I want to go over with you is something called the CRAP test. The CRAP test is something I have adapted from a school in California called Cal State Chico, and I will be posting information on this online at a later date. The CRAP test is made up of an acronym that stands for Currency, Relevance, Authority, Accuracy, and Purpose. Currency means how recent is the information. Is it something fairly new? Especially with technological type things, we want the newest information possible. For example, a new iPad is about to come out. So if you used a news article from 2 years ago about the iPad, it would be entirely not current anymore. It wouldn't matter. Next, we need something that's relevant, something that's going to speak to what we want to talk about. We want things that are going to be about our topic, be about what we are researching. We want to make sure the authority is good. Who authored it? Who wrote the information? Why are they experts in their field? What makes them an authority? We want to make sure the information is accurate. That is, that it needs information that we can rely on, that is probably true, and as much as we can tell, something that we know is going to be accurate when we give the information to our audience. Finally, we need to know the purpose of the information. Is it there to persuade, inform, or entertain? Generally speaking, we want to stay away from sources that persuade or entertain. Why? Because their purposes are not pure purposes. If all we're trying to do is inform with our information, then we're not trying to persuade anybody, we're not trying to entertain people. That's why Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert are not good, because they're just trying to entertain. And then people like Nancy Grace, Keith Olbermann, and Rush Limbaugh are not good because they are there to persuade. All right, so that's the CRAP test. We need to make sure everything has these 5 criteria going for it as we find sources. So where do we go to find sources first? Well, I think if you're like most people, you're probably going to be going directly to Google first, right? That's where everybody likes to go. So for today, I'm going to be doing some basic research on smoking. Not because I'm for or against smoking, but because it's a really easy topic to research. And it's also a topic I will probably never approve for you to do for a speech because it is an overdone topic. So that makes it easy to show you an example. So I'm going to go to Google and just type in smoking. As you can see here, we get 466 million results when we type in this topic. And that's a lot of things to look through. We're not going to actually look through every single one, so don't worry about that. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to go to the one website that I always recommend you start if you are going to start with Google, and that is Wikipedia. Why Wikipedia, you ask? Well, because Wikipedia is a great source of background information. As you can see, this article is extremely long. Look how much information is in this article. So the background information from Wikipedia is extremely strong, and it's written by many people, so it's generally going to be pretty accurate. With that said, we actually don't know how accurate it is at any given moment, so we will not actually use this for direct sources. We will never actually cite Wikipedia in any speech, nor should you ever cite it in a paper. Why? Because at any given moment, somebody could change it and it could be entirely wrong. So it's not necessarily the best place to go to do primary research, but to do background research, it's great. One of the reasons it's so great is because what's at the bottom of every Wikipedia page is a list of sources. As you can see, there are 76 different citations for this one Wikipedia article. And many of these are going to have places where you can click and it will open up and give you more information that might be great sources, like MSN Money. That is a really good source. Down below that, you'll also find some other references, as well as some external links that you might be able to go to, such as the Centers for Disease Control. So that's Wikipedia. It's a great place to start, not a great place to find primary research, but just to find your background research. Going back to our Google page, the very top one we have here happens to be the New York Times Health Guide. The reason the New York Times is great is because it has dates on it. The problem with most websites is there are no dates, so you don't know how up-to-date the information is. But if you go to the bottom of this page, you'll find that this information was updated October 31st, 2010. That's actually pretty good for a health-related topic because health research tends to lag behind by a year or more. So most things on this page are going to be pretty good, I would say. The next source we have here is something called Kids Health. The thing about Kids Health is this is a non-for-profit organization. I'm not saying it's a bad organization, but if you look to the bottom, there are no dates. There's a range of dates, 1995 to 2012, but that's really a very large range and not going to be very accurate for us. So that's not going to be the best place to look. I'm going to try to stay away from things that don't have actual dates. We have the CDC, which came up in our Wikipedia search earlier. The CDC is a government website. All government websites are great sources. So these are just some of the things that come up. You'll see that anything that's a good source will have a date on it, like this. Last reviewed, last updated, March 8th, 2012, making this a very nice source. Let's look at some other possible sources that might come up on your search. One that I came up with was something called Quit Assist. Now, Quit Assist looks just like a regular website where you try to get information to quit smoking. But if you look closely, and I'm going to actually magnify this for you a little bit, at the very bottom, you'll notice that Philip Morris USA is actually the place behind this website. Philip Morris is the largest maker of cigarettes in the United States, or one of the largest at least. Therefore, they're probably not the best source to find quitting smoking information if that's what your speech is about. Another one that might not be so great is the American Lung Association. The American Lung Association, just like Philip Morris, has an agenda. They're really trying to get you to quit smoking. They're not unbiased. They have a purpose. Their purpose is to persuade you, just like Philip Morris, technically, their purpose is to persuade you as well. The next place you would want to go is to our own library. From the Lone Star website. If you're at home, you would need a library card to do this because you need a library card and a login, but if you're at school, you don't need such a thing. If you don't have a library card already, you should get it. From here, you should go to LSCS Libraries Research Databases. Again, if you're on campus, this will all work for you automatically because you'll be able to get right into the databases. Now, I'm clicking on Health and Medicine because they're researching smoking. We have all these different databases that are here. One of my favorites down here is the Academic Search Complete, which is really just one of the largest databases around. This is free to use, by the way. These databases are wonderful and are paid for partly by your tuition dollars, so we should use these. So I'm going to type in smoking. What we're going to have is just like a Google search. It's going to bring up a whole bunch of articles for us. In this case, it brought up 69,375 results. Way down from the 500 million we had when we did our regular Google search. Now these are not all full text, so I'm going to click full text. What that means is it's only going to bring up articles where I can read the entire thing. So it's not going to just bring up little partial articles, and these are our full text. This brings us 33,000 results. This is still too many for me, so I want to do a little more of a refined search. I'm going to go up here and do advanced search. I'm going to do smoking, and I just want to look at infant mortality and see if there's any relation to smoking and infant mortality. Sometimes your searches will narrow it down. In this case, I have 158 results. This does not include full text, so let's just look how many full text results I have. I have 95 full text results that mention both smoking and infant mortality, and all I have to do is click on these. It'll give you some information about them. This is what we call an abstract. It's just a brief description of what the article is about. If I wanted to see the whole thing, you can go over here and the PDF full text will be on the left. You can also email this to yourself if you want. I like emailing all the articles to me. That way I have a copy of them somewhere. Printing them out, I usually lose them. And this way I always have a copy. I'll never have to worry about losing it. So that's the basics of researching for a speech. There's a lot of great places to go. News websites, our databases. The best thing to do is just make sure you're always checking for credibility to the CRAP test. That, again, just to remind you, is going to be all about currency, relevancy, authority, accuracy, and purpose. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.